He said he might be pulled that again to us sooner than 6 weeks, but it's just a matter of updating him when we get it.
Any other questions? I would entertain a motion for approval of resolution 2026-32.
I make a motion to accept the resolution 2026-32.
Second.
And a second. Ms. Barber, if you'll call the roll.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Karl Marx, Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
Yes.
All right, item B, resolution 2026-33. That was the 2.5% employee retention that we actually always voted on last month. This is just a resolution to shore that up, package it up nicely.
Make a motion to pass resolution 2026-33 for retention.
Second.
Motion and a second. Ms. Barber, you will call the roll.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Karl Marx,
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item C, resolution 2026-34, replacing 2 sets of fire turnouts. We talked about this at the workshop. Well, I'll let you take over, Chief, on this one.
So September 19th of last year, we responded to a mutual aid request in Pine Village's district for a trash truck that was on fire. Ruined 2 sets of turnouts with hydraulic fluid and diesel fluid soaking into them. During that, we've been fighting with the insurance company back and forth. Finally got them to agree to pay for 2 sets of turnouts. So they're sending us the payment, so I'm just getting approval to go ahead and order them because the lead time on the turnouts is pretty significant right now once we get them ordered. So no out-of-pocket cost, it's going to be a wash.
I make a motion to pass resolution 2026-34, replacing 2 sets of fire turnouts.
Second.
With a motion and a second. Ms. Barber, you will call the roll.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Karl Marx,
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
Yes.
All right, next item, resolution 2026-35. This was the project that was discussed for the old Sandy Road.
Like we talked last meeting, this is the last major project we got for the entire overlay, so just added pushing the money to finish up this whole thing. Get our overlay done.
I make a motion, conversation.
What's that?
I was reading.
Well, I was gonna say, is there any, there's actually not a resolution in the packet for it, but,
Yes or no vote.
yeah, we'll just give a thumbs up vote or a yes or no vote. As far as the budget line is what it would be, for this, since it was not specifically in capital outlay on the 26 budget. And since it doesn't meet the 20,000, actually it does, it's 31,900 total. But it's not a contracted thing that would be bid out. They're doing it in kind. It's just the material costs that are compounded on it. So I guess someone could make a motion to approve the repair of Old Sandy Road for the amount of the estimated cost of $31,903.
I'll make that motion that we approve that Sandy Road repair.
Second.
For the-
So we have a motion and a second. Mr. Robert, if you can call the roll on that.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Karl Marx,
Yeah.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
I'd like to recuse myself on that one.
Next item, ordinance 2026-15. And I think this, not trying to go out there too much, but this kind of goes with the recusal that I believe the reason that Ms. Moore abstained or recused herself from that vote. This is the ordinance to clean up for our city contract to let an employee He paid additional contract wages, as we already have one employee that's doing it. Paid another employee in the same capacity that we already had a former employee doing the cleaning services on the building, at least temporarily, until we, decide where we're gonna go forward with the janitorial contract. But as it stands right now, we're just kind of by committee cleaning this building. Mostly the police department's cleaning their own building and this floor, which is outside their show. This contract would allow that. Since they're our employees, we have to have that. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out there with, Ms. Moore's. Her husband has a hauling company that actually had won the bid to haul the gravel for the street department prior to her appointment on council. That bid and that contract was already in place prior to her being appointed last month, and some of that gravel is being used on that Sandy Road repair. So I think going forward, and we could even do it tonight if we're okay, as he was the lowest qualified bidder with the insurance requirements and all that for the repairs or for the hauling of that gravel. I don't know if we add, that company to this ordinance, or we just make note of it, we clean it up in a separate ordinance next month. But Dustin, what
We
we
could do either one. We could take a preliminary vote now, pass an ordinance there for the record keeping, all that purposes.
Okay. I think we can clean that up. I just wanted to make sure we were transparent about it, and when you can
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong in any of that.
No, that's what I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware, because I would never want to do anything that's not on the up and up, and, so I wanted everyone to know
On the
before.
front end, that
Yeah.
was in place prior to. you
Yes.
being in that place.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any issues with that company, since the bid's already out there and it's already in place, of them completing that contract with that scope of work? Any questions or concerns about it? I guess we can just go ahead and do a voice vote on that before we go into this ordinance. Would someone make a motion to approve that, or I guess, I don't even know what that looks like, Dustin.
Motion to just continue, which we've already done that. with
Yes.
The resolution, so just I guess a motion to approve an ordinance that would, motion to write an ordinance that would exempt that as a conflict of interest.
Did anybody catch that?
Relationship. I'll step back and just explain it a bit more. This type of conflict of interest, it does happen very frequently. The smaller the town, the more types of things like this you have with double relationships. And so the law says it can be done, but just the requirement is that we just do it transparently. So you have a chance for the public to see what's going on and debate it and make objections to it as you need. So I think that's the best thing to do, is just we'll document it with an ordinance. We don't have one prepared for tonight, so we can do it for July.
Follow me hauling. Follow me hauling.
And real quick, so that way, we already accepted bids and stuff, and that was the bid that we accepted.
Yeah, and it didn't even meet the bid threshold, but yes, they were the lowest qualified, responsible bidder on the contract, if you want to haul gravel for the city.
And
Brian,
this has
you
been
wanna-
going on since we started the first project. We did all this, and this is when we were going through all the changes. You had to bring in insurance, we got bids, and then they couldn't haul. Then all of a sudden, they were searching for other people. Well, we got two bids that were exactly the same. One was local, one was different. She was never part of the council, she was never part of anything else. This time frame right now, I've got a month to complete something to guarantee that it's gonna happen, because it's already been talked through before we started this project. Well, I just kept moving forward with it. She was late to council after all this been brought to you guys for the first proposal. And that's everything done then.
Let's be fair, this contract will.
It's just kind of a,
Before we can vote on an ordinance to allow.
Yeah.
Well, and we were the only one that had the insurance that y'all required, that y'all came up with. I didn't have anything to do with the voting of that insurance and all that.
Stated we're gonna keep prices the same, but it's a whole summer project. If something big comes up, we can get it done, knocked out.
If the likelihood exists that that company is ever used in the future, that would be a reason to have an ordinance.
Okay. And that's just what I want it all out there, because, I mean, like I asked Brian about it whenever he asked me, yeah.
Before any of this, council even was appointed.
This is Mayflower. We're a small town. Your husband wants to provide service for the city. I have no.
I know, but I want it, I'm very transparent. I want everybody to know. I don't want any, like, I
No
mean,
problem at all, and I appreciate
yeah.
you. I appreciate you going the extra mile. I'd like to make a resolution, or I'd like to, what? It's not a resolution.
We don't know.
A motion noting that.
A motion noting that we're gonna have Follow Me Hauling, is that right?
Follow Me Hauling, LLC.
Doing work for the city and something.
We have a motion. Second, Colonel Hill. Let's take a voice vote on that.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Mark, you're gonna make the motion to create an ordinance that would allow no,
Okay, is it an ordinance? Okay,
yeah.
okay. Create or yes, create an ordinance that will allow.
To allow Follow Me Hauling to continue to be a supplier for the city and the street materials.
So can I ask, so I'm able to bid again after this
Once,
too?
once that ordinance is in place, yes.
Okay,
Uh,
so future projects too. Okay,
So,
You would put that in there.
That's-
As far as
yeah.
future projects, I mean, everything's gonna be done on the up and up.
Yeah.
But it's,
Well, even this ordinance is a transparency piece.
Yeah.
This is the first step in that transparency, to say, hey, we understand that it's a
yeah,
company in the South that's doing it, that's providing it at a rate lower.
this project and in future.
okay. Okay. You wanted to second that motion, Larry?
Yes.
So you wanted?
Yes, we have a motion or second. Let's do a voice vote on it.
Voice vote, okay. Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Hal Marks,
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
I recuse myself.
Now on to item E, which is ordinance 2026-15.
This ordinance they just approved will be identical.
Yes, it'll be identical to this, which is why I prompted it there. I guess before we dig into this ordinance to vote on the change, we do need to vote on the ordinance procedure. Does anybody have that pulled up? Does anyone desire to suspend the rules concerning the reading of the proposed ordinance?
I move that we suspend the rules, waive the second, and third reading of ordinance 2026-15, read the entire ordinance on reading by title only, and vote on ordinance 2026-15 after its initial reading.
I have a motion, do we have a second?
Second,
Ms. Barber, can you restate the motion?
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules, waive the second and third reading of ordinance 2026-15. Read the ordinance by title only and vote on ordinance 2026-15 after its initial reading.
Can you please call the roll?
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Hal Marks,
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
yes.
All right, yes, can you please read the
The
ordinance?
City of Mayflower, Arkansas, ordinance 2026-15, an ordinance amending chapter 3.12 of Mayflower Municipal Code, outside employment, outside business, as adopted by ordinance 2020-04, updating the list of employees authorized to conduct outside business with the city, declaring an emergency for other purposes.
I move that we adopt ordinance 2026-15.
Second,
Motion and a second. Ms. Barber, can you restate the motion?
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 2026-15.
Any discussion? Any questions or discussion from the public? Ms. Barber, please call the roll.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Hal Marks,
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
yes.
I move that we accept the emergency clause of ordinance 2026-15.
Second.
We take the motion, Ms. Barlow.
We have a motion and a second to accept the emergency clause of ordinance 2026-15.
Any discussion on that? Please call the vote.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Hal Marks.
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman,
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Item F, and this is Raymond. And let me just first say that, council, I know and understand how it gets frustrating when things come up last minute at a meeting that weren't discussed in a workshop or anything like that. Let me be clear about item F. It was actually in the capital outlay on the 2026 budget, so it has been discussed. When I talked to Raymond on Thursday, I think is when this came to light, so it was after the workshop and after everything else except this packet. Raymond assured me he was trying to get one more season out of the commercial mower, the big mower that they used to mow out of the sewer plant. And the mower had a different idea. It's not gonna last another season. In fact, it broke on him, the other day. It's, how old is that mower, Raymond?
It's over 10 years old.
Over 10 years old. Probably to repair it is beyond the scope of what its worth is as a mower at this point. He had already had in here, and that's why it says approximately $9,200. That bid was from,
That bid was back in October,
as he,
September, October.
as he was preparing for the budget workshops. So that number may change a little. I guess tonight what we're asking for, since it wasn't capital outlay, in case that number has moved up any, is there a range? Do we have approval for Raymond to go ahead and seek bids and to order a mower, to buy a mower to replace that mower?
Was it zero turn mower?
Well, the cost of the mower is went up about $1,800. On that particular mower.
I was gonna say, I know Thursday, Friday we were looking, did we get bids?
Yeah,
estimates
I
back
got
on
some
that?
quotes on two, actually. One was a gas burner, one was a diesel, and we felt like we'd rather go with the gas mower than the diesel mower. We had some issues in the past with the diesel mower, so we felt like just go with the gas this time. And it's come over. Actually, the list price was $13,000, and they gave us a source well discount on it, which was over $2,800 discount.
So how much do we need to approve?
More, $11,001.72.
$11,001.
$11,001.
All the fees and everything that go with it?
Sir,
Any fees or anything go with it, taxes, anything?
that's the bottom line.
You couldn't
That's
ask them for their
for
dollar.
assembling and either way.
I make a motion, we, approve the sewer department's lawnmower for $11,002.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, Ms. Barlow, before we get a voice vote on that. Roll call vote.
Mark Hickman,
Yes.
Hal Marks,
Yes.
Larry Hill,
Yes.
Randy Holman.
Yes.
Wendy Moore.
Yes.
Thank you all. All right, and then item G, at the workshop, Mr. Marks gave us some information and asked to be put on the agenda to discuss some police department options. It's, Councilman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and delay that probably for the next council meeting. Something more basic stuff.
Table that to the next meeting. All right, old business, we keep putting on the agenda, UDO. I hope you've all taken time to.
I've actually looked at it.
Been through it a little bit. Mr. Matthews has stood up, put something saying.
Now, at the last workshop we had discussed, I'm gonna get that link out to you this week. Just trying to fine tune, get all that zoning and all the regulations in there, so when y'all do view it, you get a complete picture of everything. I don't want to deliver something that was half-baked. So that should be forthcoming this week, and then we can move forward, because that's gonna have all the information you need to hopefully make an informed decision. But if there's anything else regarding zoning or anything else in that UDO that you want clarification on, please ask me. You can email me, you can call me, you can stop by the office. We'll sit down and we'll talk. It will talk to your heart's content until we put to bed any issues that you may have. With the follow-up, I'm still waiting to hear back from Metro Plan and see if I can get Bernadette or any other person here to come talk to the council as a second voice for this as well. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have tonight.
Chris, I know we talked about potentially doing a second workshop in July.
Yes.
Just to dive into the UDO. And I know that's coming up on announcements, but that July 9th workshop on Crystal, do you think we'll have budgets reconciled for June by that 9th workshop? Because my question is, we could do the UDO workshop on the 9th and then have a later July workshop for.
That would be
budget.
amazing. That would be better for me, considering what I just got today.
Well, I know those 9 days aren't much to get that whole month reconciled with
Yeah,
outstanding.
I'm having a problem with our software rep, helping us out with getting the financials done correctly. So I would rather have a little more time on that if I can, if that's
So
possible.
we may push that workshop to the 16th or somewhere thereabouts in July on the budget. The mini
Okay.
budget.
Works for me. I'll make sure, I'll try to get somebody from Metro Plan here. Either way, I'll get the information out to you guys this week and follow up with me as needed, please.
So you're saying that?
Tentatively, I'll announce that as far as the budget.
So the
Budget
9th
on
and the
16th.
16th?
UDO on the 9th.
Okay. Because I will not be here for the council meeting in July. I'll be on vacation.
It's not that I want to over workshop the council, but I do want to devote enough time to each of these things.
That's what I was looking at.
On the 16th, probably.
We may look at pivoting that date on the budget, because I do want everybody here on that.
On the 16th.
And it may be, we'll look at that once July and give it at least a few days notice, kind of reject another workshop there. All right, that's all old business. Item 8, anyone on council have any comments?
Yes, 4th of July. I know we
Yes.
kind of kicked it around, and I know that I had some people reach out wanting to donate fireworks, but I also knew that you were going to talk to Zach Warren about if that was a possibility or not a possibility or what.
I know, did talk to Zach, we looked at, the biggest issue is the city doesn't even have a piece of property where we can.
And that's, I figured the logistics part of it was going to be the,
In this late in the game, trying to set up a private partnership to do that. David Ray did reach out and
Yeah.
say he had some.
and I also had
value of
energy.
Fireworks that he would donate, but, again, just not having a safe place to shoot them and, putting it together. Council had already talked and we had talked about this in the budget workshops last year, even kind of pushing through on a weekend, 4th of July. I do understand it's America's 250th celebration, all that, but I think it's everybody's, unless someone has something different to say, I think there's enough stuff going on that the city funds could be better used, rather than spending $5,000 on a big show, that could be controlled, or putting together a private show that gets kind of sketchy, when you don't have professionals shooting off larger fireworks, especially inside of a city, municipal limits.
Right.
And with no room. I know we used to do it out of the football field since they installed artificial turf. There's no fireworks on that turf.
Yeah, they kind of.
It'll melt it really quickly, and that's a large investment to get ruined.
Didn't we agree to just do the Halloween thing instead?
We did, looking at Halloween and Christmas and devoting some of our park and rec and enrichment funds, if you will, there.
We just don't have space for it, from what I understand.
Yeah, there were some public questions that came up about it this month, and so.
And we had people reach out trying to donate, so that's why.
At the workshop, just wanted to kind of rekindle and ask, is anybody in opposition to So the city not officially doing a big spectacular or a big, some city organized event. And I think that's the stance of.
Well, and I had a question. Somebody asked me too, like, what if were under burn ban? Like, what would we do at that point? You know, so like, there's been a lot of back and forth about it, but I know the chamber was kind of blamed about not having it, and it wasn't us, but I mean, we did have people reach out, so I wanted to address that because we did have people wanting to reach out and trying to help donations and stuff like that. So, I mean, I knew that that was going to be an issue because we don't really have a place to logistically do it, so,
Yeah, not safely.
yeah.
Maybe in years to come, we can look at a private partnership somewhere, if someone will allow us to use their land. Again, there's liabilities there when it comes to that as well. But I know I was looking back on old books, and I think the last professional show that the city had paid for was around $4,000 is what
Yeah.
it's been.
It's probably twice that much now.
Well, and while it's not a huge chunk, it's still, it's quite a bit of money when you're trying to watch your budget, your first earnings. All right, any public comments?
I just want to make y'all aware that we had, there had been some fire head testing in the system, and there's a light dingy brown residue in the water. Should clear up in the 24, 36-hour period of time. If any of your ward calls and complains about it being longer than that, please let us know so we can get that area flushed out. Maybe stir it up a little bit more than what it normally had. So just to make y'all aware.
So 24
Turbidity in the water then, is that what it, is
The
that just some turbidity in the water? There's no
Yeah.
boil orders
Yeah.
or no concerns as far as?
And it normally happens when you do hydrant testing, flushing, of that nature there, kind of sort the system up.
And it's 24 to 36 hours from now? 24 to 36 hours from now? It
Yeah.
should be all gone? Okay.
And there's some areas it may probably been done a little bit, a couple of days ago, 2-3 days ago, so they should have it cleared up more. Notice we had to meet there at the office today, you know, but it looked like it was cleared up quite a bit there. Just wanted to let y'all know about that, get any complaints.
Thank you.
We still have about 108 hydrants to test. So we're spreading those out over certain days, so we're not hitting a chunk of them and disrupting the whole system in one day. So we're doing maybe 10 on one end of the system one day, and then we'll give it a couple days, and we go to the other end of the system and do some more. So we're doing this for ISO purposes, so we can try to reach out on our rating.
Nice. We'd like to hear that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Any other public comments, questions?
Just apologies for the 4th of July thing. I posed the question on Facebook. James said we were doing something for October. We were at the planning commission. Jennifer said that the last time we did it in the park, Chamber of Commerce did it. I saw Christy at the gym. She said she'd ask you. I wasn't trying to make a big thing, just trying to.
Oh, no,
So
no.
question, yes.
No, I'm glad you asked. I mean, I'm glad you wanted to be involved. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that it was a city project and not a chamber, like that we weren't trying to do something because we always want to try to give back as much as we can. And so that's why I wanted to make sure that everybody knew. And I would love to have a firework display if we can, but the logistics of it is just not something you can do here.
Yeah, I just saw Christy.
Oh, she told me you asked. It wasn't even about you. It was, but like I said, we did have some people that are members on the chamber that was wanting to donate fireworks. So that's why I wanted to address that. But no,
Mr. Stoller. How are you, Mr. Patterson?
I'm all right. Please accept this letter as my formal notice of my resignation from my position within the Mayflower Police Department. This decision was not made lightly. However, due to ongoing adverse working conditions, I can no longer continue working in an environment that I believe has become hostile, unsafe, and detrimental to my mental and emotional well-being. The conditions within the department have created significant and ongoing stress, making it increasingly difficult to perform my duties effectively and safely. In law enforcement environments, strong and experienced leadership is essential. not only for operational effectiveness, but for officer safety and the public safety as well. Unfortunately, I no longer feel confident in that level of leadership, guidance, and support to safely perform my duties and make critical decisions in the field. Throughout my career, I have understood that effective leadership, clear direction, and professional support are critical components of a successful law enforcement agency. These elements are essential to not only for officer morale, but more importantly for maintaining officer safety and protecting the citizens that we are sworn to serve. Unfortunately, I no longer have confidence that the current environment provides that level of leadership, guidance, and operational support to ensure safe and effective public safety operations. The ongoing conditions within the department have created significant stress and have negatively affected my ability to perform my duties at the level that I want and that is expected of me as a law enforcement professional. Every officer deserves to work in an environment that's built on trust, accountability, professionalism, and support. Unfortunately, that has not been my experience since interim Chief Tucker was left with no other options but to resign himself. Despite my efforts to maintain a positive attitude and fulfill my responsibilities in a very challenging and toxic work environment, I feel these efforts have not been recognized. I believe I have been alienated from the department in a manner that feels intended to pressure me to resign or was left with no other option. I will be returning all my issued equipment to the department on Friday, 2026. Please accept my resignation effective immediately. Sarah Cassie Patterson, batch number 106.
Thank you for your service, Officer Patterson. Any other comments? All right, with that, our next regular council meeting is scheduled for July 28th, 2026, 6:30 p.m. Next planning commission meeting, July 14th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. And again, the council workshop with the emphasis on UDA will be July 9th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
See, you can do that, I'm not gonna have to, right?